snapped a chain on the trail and remended it, so don't need to go into too much detail here. As this one's coming off, I'm not too fussed about which pin I'm pushing out or anything like that. I can just take the pin out and away we go. Line up the pin, nice and straight, making sure my pusher is lined up. All you think about really is pulling out the chain forwards so that the pin that's sticking out doesn't get foul up in the mech. And then it's time to put my new chain on. So I've got my new chain, I just need to fit it. Now invariably a chain is going to be too long for the purposes, so we're going to have to marry up, take a few links out. I mean, a nice easy way of doing that rather than threading it all through the derailleur, unpicking it when you realise it's too long or realising you've taken out too much, is to simply wrap the chain around the big ring at the front and the big ring at the back, and leave yourself a few links left over. So with my chain around the big ring at the front and the big ring at the back, without going through the derailleur, I can see that the overlap is about 3 whole sections. So I'm going to, in fact 4, but I'm going to give it take off 3 just to make sure that I've got plenty of chain left. So now comes the removal of a few of your links. So count back 1, 2, 3 whole links, making sure I'm ending up with a female at the back end and a male at the front end. Some chains come with a handy connecting pin, which is easy to slot in. It's double length with a break in the middle, so you can slot it through nice and easily. We're going to use one of those, which means I can push the pin right the way out of this end when I get to it. So counting back from the pin that they've left in there, 1, 2, 3, take the next one out there, boom, in she goes. If I was mending a chain, I'd need to leave the pin not all the way pushed out, but as I'm putting a new connecting pin in there, I can push the pin right out. These will go in my backpack because spare links could be very useful out on the trail. Obviously I now need to thread the chain through the derailleur correctly, which I'll do now, and then we'll push that pin back in. So I've correctly threaded the chain through the derailleur. I'm not going to run it around the big ring at the front, causing lots of problems with tension. Slide the female into the male being at the front end. Push the pin, the connecting pin in. It goes in about halfway. Then I'm going to use my chain device to push it in the rest of the way. In she goes. Just want to make sure that link isn't stiff and that she's correctly in. The wiggle not too stiff, I might need to put it in the upper chamber to loosen it off if it is, or give the chain a little bend just to give a little bit of loosening up on that slightly stiffer link where they've joined. And with any luck, that should fit nicely all the way around. Obviously, unless I'm forgetting myself, I'm not going to be in the big ring at the front and the big ring at the back, but it should just about be able to accommodate that if I end up cross-chaining too much. In real life, hopefully I'm never going to ride like that. And away we go. All nicely set up. New drive chain, strong bottom bracket, nice fresh cassette and chain, no more slip, no more loss of energy. Happy days. Now let's go ride.